Lesson 15, Part B. Again, we'll do some palette automation, the basics, plus. We've got a little plus sign there we'll do. We're going to use the same pyramid sprite that we used last time. We'll do a little bit of manipulating of the registers and see how we can change things around without a lot of code. Our code's going to, if we press a 1 key, we'll erase the pyramid from top to bottom, and we'll restore it back. If we do a 2, we'll erase it off the screen from bottom to top, and a 3 will go top to bottom and automatically back up to the top. Let's take a look and see what that's going to look like. I already had it loaded in, so we will execute it. And there's the same screen that we had as in part A, and I will press, let me clean this up a little bit, make it clear. I will press the 1 key and everything's gone. I hit the space bar, we'll bring it back. Remember, it goes from top to bottom with the erasing, and the space bar, bring it back. Press the 2 and it does the erasing from bottom to top. Hit the space bar, it brings it back on. Here's the 2 again. All it is just a few instructions to change the palette registers. Now if I hit the 3, it will do top to bottom and back up. So just a few instructions to manipulate the registers, and we clean it up. Okay, again, 1, 2, 3. That's all this lesson is about. Hopefully, again, I got, well, or we can do random, which proves nothing to anything, and a Q to quit. Okay, let's take a look at our code. All right, the code's going to look the same as it did last time in our part A. So if you look at that code, all this is the same here. This is the new program, but all this code, there's no difference between what we did before until we get down to end of job loop. Let's look at what we did in part A. The EOJ loop was just this one loop. Okay, and very few things. We didn't do much because it was such a long presentation. So that's what we did in A. We'll go over to what we're going to do in B. Here's the code. And I'm going to let you type this in. If you just take the program from A and make your own copy of B and change this section here, it's got things in there like compare A to a 1, branch fix to a routine called do 1, and we've got do 2 and do 3. So that will need to be changed. And other changes here, you'll have to add this here. Routine do 1, okay, set all palettes to background color, then turn back on to original color. Start at palette 1 at the top and go to palette 15, which is at the bottom. Very simple stuff. We'll start at palette 1, which is FFB1. Remember, we don't want to change B0, which is palette 0. That's our background color. We'll leave it the same. We'll load up A with our background color and 15 the number of palettes we want to change. Remember, we have 16 of them, but we only want to change 15 of them. Store A into Y, that'd be this B1, and then bump it to the next one. We'll branch to this routine called delay. If we don't do this delay in between each change, it's so fast you don't even see anything. It's just a blip. Okay, so we're going to go do a delay and then come back and change the next palette register and do that 15 times. Then we'll go off to basic and wait for you to hit the keyboard, any character, we don't care what it is, and then we'll we put our information back on the screen. We'll load up that palette register 1 again. We'll go to our RVG plus 1, which is our colors here in the program that we copied in from before. And we'll just go through the loop. We'll put 15 times. We'll load up what's in our source code here, and we'll store it back in the palette registers. We'll delay and go through that 15 times. So that's all we're doing. So this is going to erase it from the screen with the background color and restore it with our RGB colors that we have here. Do 2 is very similar, other than it's going to go from 15 to 1, so it's going to erase the stuff off the screen from the bottom of our pyramid to the top. So it's a little bit different here. So we're going to start at palette register 15 plus 1. Okay, we're going to, not at the last one, plus 1. Our background color, number of palettes to do is 15, and we'll do a store A at comma minus Y. Now I don't know if we've used this before, but if you do a minus Y, it will decrement the Y count, the Y register prior to the store. And if we're sitting at palette register 15 plus 1, it will decrement it down to 15, and then it will store our background color there. Do our delay, go to the next one, and before it stores it again, it's going to decrement that register down to palette register 14 and store it. Go through there 15 times and everything's erased off the screen. Wait for it to hit the keyboard, and we'll do the same thing down here. We'll start at 1 past the last palette register. We'll load up Y with our information from the source code plus 1 number of palettes, and then we'll load A comma Y, which will decrement it, and then load up what's in our RGB field. Store A to minus X, it will decrement X is where we're going to put it in there in 15, and do our delay and it'll loop through there. Same thing, the other one is just a little bit different by using the minuses there. Do 3 is a combination of 1 and 2. So, and if you type this in, do 1, and you copy that, you change these few instructions in here, you've got do 2, and then if you take part of do 1 and put it in here, this is do 1 from above. There's no wait for any character, and this is do 2 from above. So you just copy and paste, and you've got all the code is changed. That's all. It's done. One thing that we have to change though is our actual sprite. Let's examine that. Let's look at here. Here's what we did in lesson 1. We had our FCBs, and if you remember, our pyramid was up here this way. 1 was the one little pixel at the top, and then 3 pixels below. 2s, the 3s, the 4s, the 5s. We used 5 colors, and we started again. Remember, we had 1s, our 2s, our 3s, our 4s, our 5s. Again, 5 colors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what we did, and here was our RGB, our register, our background color, and then here was our 5 colors. So whenever we said change register, palette register 1, it would change that 1 pixel there, these pixels here, and all these pixels down there. That's what we did before. This time here, we're doing it a little bit different. Quite a bit different. Here's our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly the same as in the lesson A. But here we're going to do our variants here. We're going to go to our 5. We're going to do 6s. Palette register 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, and F. So we're using all of our registers. Something you probably don't want to do. This is just for this lesson. Okay, you probably wouldn't want to do this because you have nothing else but colors, and you have nothing else you're working with. So the change has to be when we change palette register 1, all it changes is that 1 pixel. There's no other 1 in these FCBs, so that would only change that pixel. Likewise, you change F, you change these 29 pixels and nothing else. So each line in that pyramid has its own palette registers. So we have to change the RGBs that are our colors coming in here. So we got our background color, and we got here from 12 through this 39 is our same 5 colors we used before, and we'll duplicate that here. The same 5 colors and the same 5 colors. So when you display it on the screen, everything looks exactly like it did in lesson 1. The difference is each line in the pyramid has its own register. So I'll supply this file here. It's easier. You won't have to type in all these A, B, C's, and D's. I'll supply that. You can type in the rest of it. And you just have to copy it in here, because here's our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A. all the way down through F, and copy in our FCB of what our palette register in the source code here, and that's the code. One thing I want to do, I don't know if we looked at last time, was the actual delay. Anyway, here's the delay routine. It pushes X, it loads X with delay, and here's the delay count I put in, just hex 33333. You can experiment with it and see how fast and how slow it is. You can put anything in there, anything from 1 to FFFF, and it will. That's the delay we're going to use. Okay, I don't know if we talked about that last time. But that is the code. Okay, I told you. Well, just short and sweet because last time was very long. So if we go back to here, that's all we had was just one was top to bottom, bottom. Oh, we did have a random palette. You hit R, and that was, didn't need it. It was just in the old program. We left it in here. So that's it for this lesson. Next time we'll be doing palette automation and basics, and we'll get two pluses, a plus plus, and it's going to work with two sprites. We're going to change our sprite, our pyramid upside down, and we're going to do some flipping of the palette colors, okay, for just a little bit different visual effects, but showing more how we can work with the palettes. We'll talk about that, and then after that we'll go to basics with three pluses, and we'll look at some different variations of different sprites. Even this one sprite just put on the screen 4 times, and it will be, it's like starting from the center and working its way out, in and out, in and out. So just some other automations that's coming up when I get around to them. So we're at B now. So that's it for this lesson here. I will put out just the text file for the FCBs, and the rest of it you can type in and test. So good luck and good coding.